Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the awards contender. So, the SAG Awards tonight, also known as the Actor Awards. I did pretty well. I went 5 for 5. I got all 5 right. I am in shock. I'm just like, whoa. I mean, you could easily make the case for Sean Penn and Amy Madigan and Jessie Buckley, of course. And then Sinners, I thought, had a really good chance to win in cast. I think a lot of people went with Sinners in the top category. But I don't think too many people were predicting Michael B. Jordan to win in Best Actor over Timothée Chalamet. I mean, there were probably some, but there weren't many of us. That to me was my big no guts, no glory. I think Michael B. Jordan can do it. Timothée Chalamet just won in this category at SAG a year ago for A Complete Unknown. He didn't win a BAFTA. He's not quite as strong as we thought. Marty Supreme is not winning in any other category. I felt it in my gut. Like this whole week, I was like, I think Chalamet loses. Who does he lose to? You could say Ethan Hawke. He's the veteran of the category who's never won any major prize before. I thought, well, maybe it's him. But I didn't think his movie was strong enough. DiCaprio, there just didn't seem to be much momentum for him. I was like, I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think DiCaprio gets in everywhere, but he doesn't win anything. So it was like, if it's going to be someone but Chalamet, it's going to be Michael B. Jordan. That just made sense to me. I could see SAG voters going for him. That just made sense. I was like, I think it might happen. It's very likely just going to be Chalamet, but I have fun like predicting the occasional no guts, no glory. A week ago, I correctly predicted Wunmi Mosaku would surprise at BAFTA in Best Supporting Actress. I don't think too many people were predicting her. I felt because she's my favorite performance in Sinners, and she's British, she has won at BAFTA before, because Supporting Actress went to 2 different people at Critics' Choice and Golden Globes, I was like, I think Mosaku is going to surprise there, and she did. And then this week, my big no guts, no glory was at SAG. Michael B. Jordan overtakes Timothée Chalamet in Best Actor, and it happened. I mean, I can't believe it, you know? I want to say every year I make tons of calls in top categories that are wrong, and I'm like, okay. I mean, we'll see what happens at the Oscars. Watch me do really well at BAFTA and SAG, and then I just crumble. I fall apart for the Oscar predictions. I don't know. But I'm just so thrilled, you guys. We have some suspense. I was worried. I was like, if Mosaku wins Supporting Actress at SAG, and then actor goes to Chalamet, there's not going to be much to talk about the next 2 weeks. I didn't want the chaos to be over. I didn't want everything to be locked up and everything's predictable now. We know exactly what's winning in the top 8 categories, and there's not really a case to be made for like maybe someone surprising. Like that was out of the question. So I'm so thrilled. Supporting actress and actor are still very much races. There's still a lot to talk about. Actor especially is very interesting. What do we do with that? I think I'm going to make a video for Thursday all about where we stand in Best Actor right now, because Chalamet is not completely out of it. I mean, you could say, well, he lost at BAFTA because someone on their turf gave a performance that was undeniable. They went with Robert Aramayo, I swear, and Chalamet was probably in second or something, and that's why that happened. You could also say at SAG, Chalamet lost because he just won in Best Actor a year ago, and they weren't going to give him a prize 2 years in a row in the same category. Chalamet still just wins the Oscar. You can totally make that argument. I will be thinking about that in the days to come. You can also turn to Michael B. Jordan and say, this is his moment. He is peaking at just the right time. Oscar voting is happening right now. Michael B. Jordan wins at SAG, and he wins the Oscar for Best Actor. He pulls it off. It's very possible. I will think about that as well. You can also talk about Wagner Moura, the secret agent. He has been waiting in the wings. He's not nominated at BAFTA or SAG. He won the Golden Globe for Motion Picture Drama. The Secret Agent is in picture, it's an international feature, it's in casting, and he gives an amazing performance in that movie. Can Wagner Moura do what Fernando Torres couldn't a year ago for a film from Brazil? Could Wagner Moura come out of nowhere here in a sense, like not being a part of BAFTA or SAG? He wins the Oscar for The Secret Agent and Best Actor. I think he's on the table. I mean, it'll be hard to predict Wagner Moura. That would be my biggest no guts, no glory of the whole season. I mean, that's going to be tricky. Because right now, I think Sentimental Value is probably winning International Feature at the Oscars. I would have to feel pretty confident that The Secret Agent is probably winning that. And if I'm not, like, could Sentimental Value take International Feature and then Wagner Moura wins Best Actor? I mean, that would be pretty wild, but maybe. We're going to talk about it. I'm just so excited that Best Actor is kind of up for grabs right now. I am really thrilled I got that no guts, no glory prediction correct. Because in the minutes leading up to that category, I'm like, Brian, it's probably just going to be Chalamet. You overthought this. And no, like, Chalamet lost. Michael B. Jordan won. I got that right. I'm amazed. Like, and what a great moment for him. Like, the room just erupted in applause. Everyone got to their feet. You know, Michael B. Jordan has been doing such stellar work for years. Going back, I mean, at least 15 years, if not more, starting with The Wire, Fruitvale Station, and Creed, and Black Panther, and just so many wonderful performances throughout the years in film and television. He is great, and he plays two roles in Sinners so well. I mean, you know, like, he can do it, guys. He can totally win the Oscar now. It does seem like it might be weird if at the end of the day in 2 weeks, it's just Chalamet. Like, that'll feel kind of weird at this point. Chalamet's going to lose at BAFTA and at SAG, and then he's going to win the Oscar when his movie is not winning in any other category, is not overly strong. So, I don't know. It wasn't a sweep for Chalamet. I thought it might be. Like, he's so great in Marty Supreme. I thought, this is his time. We'll just give him BAFTA and SAG probably in the Oscar, and that's that. And no, he has an uphill battle now to win the Oscar. Like, to lose both BAFTA and SAG is not good. That's not good. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Michael B. Jordan, what an inspired win at SAG for Best Actor. The other big category that was up for grabs, where different people were predicting different possible actresses, I felt very, very much so, very confidently that Amy Madigan was going to take Best Supporting Actress at SAG. It just felt like that was a performance, a person in their wheelhouse. She had the career narrative. They love horror performances. Like, many of those kinds of performances have won at SAG. And just the flashiness of Aunt Gladys. It's a big, iconic performance. I thought, like, she probably still doesn't win at the Oscars, but she'll win at SAG, and it happened. And that was also a very exciting moment. It could have been Tiana Taylor or Wunmi Mosaku. They absolutely had a shot. I just felt like at SAG, they were going with Amy Madigan. What a cool moment that was. I cheered. I was so excited for her. A great speech. Looking forward, Best Supporting Actress is totally up for grabs. Maybe even more than actor. I mean, you can make the case still for Amy Madigan or Wunmi Mosaku or even Tiana Taylor. I think Taylor's chances of winning at the Oscars are kind of limited now. Like, with just the Golden Globe, her movie is likely winning picture and director, so that's something. But I do think Taylor needed to win at BAFTA or SAG. Like, with just the Globe, it's going to be tricky for her. Like, for me to confidently predict Tiana Taylor to win the Oscar at this point, I just don't see it. I think it's Amy Madigan or Wunmi Mosaku. And right now, I mean, I'm going to think about it in the days to come. Wunmi Mosaku makes the most sense to me. I just think the BAFTA win for her holds more weight, with her movie and picture and director very strong, taking Best Original Screenplay, versus Amy Madigan, who won at Critics' Choice and SAG. That's not nothing, but she is the only nominee for her movie, Weapons. She's the only one. It's not in picture, it's not in screenplay, it's nowhere else. I feel like for Amy Madigan to win the Oscar as a lone nominee for her movie, she had to sweep, basically. She could have missed one, maybe. She didn't win at the Globes. She wasn't even nominated at BAFTA. So, I mean, you can look back on Regina King, If Beale Street Could Talk, in the last decade. That was the supporting actress race that was really wonky and crazy. She wins at Critics' Choice. She wins at Golden Globes. She's not nominated at BAFTA or SAG, and then she wins the Oscar for a movie that wasn't very strong. If Beale Street Could Talk was only in 2 other categories. It wasn't in picture or director. So I guess you could point to Regina King and say maybe Amy Madigan can win the Oscar with just Critics' Choice and SAG. But like over Wunmi Musaku, who has the BAFTA award, and her film is very strong, and in 16 categories, she kind of makes more sense in a way than Madigan. So I'm going to have to think about this. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but... So it's not just actor now. We also have supporting actress that's up for grabs. Anyone could take that. Whatever happens at the Oscars, if it's not Madigan at the end of the day, I'm just so thrilled for her that her performance was recognized at almost every major ceremony, that she won at Critics' Choice and at SAG for that performance in Weapons. I mean, I walked out of that movie in August and I was like, she deserves an Oscar nomination for that. That was amazing. But it was a horror film in August. I was like, I don't know, that probably doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm like watching her win at SAG tonight. Like, this is incredible. This is amazing. So that was a great moment. We'll see what happens next in Best Supporting Actress. I think one category that was giving us chaos for many weeks that is now kind of locked up is Best Supporting Actor. Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. But that category is also interesting in that Sean Penn wins at BAFTA, is not there to give a speech. He wins at SAG, he's not there to give a speech. Like, he's just going to skate to a 3rd Oscar win without having given one speech the whole season. It's kind of weird. You know, I mean, is it going to be that easy for him? I think just based on the power of his performance, I think he can do it. It'd be like Frances McDormand, Nomadland. She won her 2nd Oscar for Best Actress, and then 3 years later, she wins her 3rd for Best Actress. She didn't really campaign. She only won BAFTA for Nomadland, and then she wins the Oscar. And her speech is like, remember, it's like very brief. She's like, thanks, okay, bye. She didn't even care. She didn't even want to win, I think, for Best Actress. And then now we have Sean Penn, who's not really showing up anywhere. But he wins at BAFTA and SAG. That is a huge deal. Very few people have won both BAFTA and SAG and then lost the Oscar. So you have to ask yourself, if I'm not going to predict Sean Penn to win Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars, who else could do it? Stellan Skarsgård? I don't think so. Like, he should have won at BAFTA. If he can't win at BAFTA, why would he win the Oscar? Jacob Elordi is not winning, such a young age, 1. And 2, like, he only took Critics' Choice. Like, that's not enough. Benicio del Toro did not win anything this season. In a weird way, I don't know how you guys are feeling. I think if it's not Sean Penn at the Oscars, it's going to be Delroy Lindo for Sinners. I think Delroy Lindo has a small shot because he hasn't been nominated anywhere. Let's say Delroy Lindo had the SAG nomination and the Oscar nomination, and he lost tonight to Sean Penn. Then I would say, okay, like, I don't think Delroy Lindo is going to win the Oscar if he couldn't win at SAG. I do think if Delroy Lindo was at SAG, he might have beaten Sean Penn. Like, we'll never know. But, like, I mean, it's very tricky. Like, how could I confidently predict Delroy Lindo to win the Oscar when he's not a part of the whole season in any other category? I mean, he did give the speech for Best Cast, which we'll talk about in a moment here. Like, that's something. Sean Penn, it appears, doesn't even want to be a part of this award season. He's not campaigning. He's not showing up. Like, he showed up at the Globes. He was just smoking, like, chilling at the Globes. But, like, he had to have known after his BAFTA win, he had a very good chance of winning at SAG. He still chose to not show up anyway. He wins. No speech. I'm like, he's going to be at the Oscars, right? I think he'll be there, but it's not even clear. Like I don't know. But, I mean, I think, like, he wins the Oscar because he takes BAFTA and SAG. He's in the strongest film of the year, you could argue. and he gives one of the year's best performances. Like, that is just an incredible performance. So an Oscar win for Sean Penn makes sense on paper. It's going to be a little anticlimactic, like with him not even showing up to these ceremonies. It's interesting. I do think there's a very, very small path for Delroy Lindo, but like, am I going to be able to predict that? Like a no guts, no glory Lindo? I don't think so. That would be a crazy prediction. It's possible, maybe, but Sean Penn is definitely the smart pick right now. So yeah, supporting actor is a bit more locked up. The most locked up category, of course, is Best Actress. I was like, could they give us a surprise here? Rose Byrne or Kate Hudson? Something just really out of left field. And I'm like, no, it's going to be Buckley. And it was. She gave another lovely speech. She is giving the best speeches of the season. Every ceremony, it's something different. She gives it something new. It's never just repeating herself. And she's so lovely. She's so kind and generous and talented. Jessie Buckley, I am so excited to see The Bride. I can't wait to see another performance from her. I just think she is great. And I'm really going to be following her career closely the next few years. She's going to be doing some amazing work, I think, in the years to come. I am so happy she is our sweeper, that nobody put up a fight, that it's just been Jessie Buckley from Critics' Choice to SAG, and then in 2 weeks, the Oscars. Like, she's got that locked up 100%. I'm so happy and relieved. I was like, do not give me a last-minute replacement for Jessie Buckley. Like, she needs to win the Oscar. So like, we're all good. That's happening. She deserves it. That's my choice for Performance of the Year, and she's going to take the Academy Award. And then Best Cast. A lot of people were going with one battle after another. It took the PGA award. So it made sense in a way. One battle just takes everything, right? It wins Best Cast. Like, I could see it. I have just been feeling for weeks, not just this past week, for weeks. I was like, I think Sinners takes Best Cast at SAG. That just makes sense to me. It's more of an ensemble style film. The characters are together for the most part in the second half. And one battle, they're kind of apart from each other the whole movie. Like, just on that level, it made sense. And with Sinners and One Battle being in spots like 1 and 2, like they're right there, next to each other. If not for One Battle, I do think Sinners would be winning picture and director like everywhere this season. It's just because One Battle is right above it. It just can never beat it in like director and picture and stuff. But it could beat it at SAG. It took Best Cast, and that was also a great moment. I was so thrilled to see Delroy Lindo give the speech. I'm like, is there something to that? Can Delroy Lindo win the Oscar for supporting actor? That would be a moment. That'd be crazy. That would be a Marcia Gay Harden moment. We have only seen the one time, really, at least in the modern era of like the last 30 years, where someone only gets in at the Oscars and then wins. I think it would be easier for Lindo if at SAG tonight, Benicio del Toro had won, and it was someone new everywhere. Then I would say, I think Lindo can do it. But Sean Penn winning at both BAFTA and SAG, I don't know. Like, I have to think on that. Now, you might be asking yourself, Sinners winning Best Cast, does that mean it can win Best Picture at the Oscars? I don't know. Another one I have to think about. I mean, One Battle has been so strong. It's won basically everything it's needed to. This is its only major loss of the entire season, is Best Cast at SAG. That's it. So, I mean, I have been feeling this the last couple weeks. With Sinners dominating there in number of nominations, getting 16 nominations, I have been feeling like Sinners can win Best Picture at the Oscars. It just needs Best Cast at SAG. It has a big moment, standing ovation. I thought if it can win cast and one other acting category, it did. It also won Best Actor, of course, for Jordan. I don't know. Like, we're right in the middle of Oscar voting. I think it's about halfway done. It continues all the way to Thursday. So it's not like it ends tomorrow. Like, we have another 4 days of voting. I mean, it's possible, guys. I don't know about you. I can see it. I can see us all getting very comfy. PTA wins adapted screenplay and director. Coogler wins original screenplay. They get to picture the drum roll and they open the envelope and there's this look of surprise and elation. And I'm like, they're going to say Sinners. and they say Best Picture goes to Sinners. I can see it. You know? My very final Oscar predictions won't be until the Friday before the ceremony. So I have like a week and a half to really ponder this. I mean, I've done pretty well with my No Guts, No Glory predictions, like with Wunmi Musaku and Michael B. Jordan. Do I do one more No Guts, No Glory for Best Picture? I predict Sinners. And then at the very end of those 3 hours plus, they say one battle after another. It's like, oh, my final No Guts, No Glory did not give me any glory. Like, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guess you wouldn't even call Sinners in Picture like being a No Guts, No Glory. That's the one other movie that can win. I think actor, like the biggest No Guts, No Glory there will be Wagner Moura, the secret agent. That would be a wild prediction, but possible. Supporting actress, I don't think there's a No Guts, No Glory. I think it's either Amy Madigan or Wunmi Musaku. Like either one winning wouldn't be that big of a shocker. So like we'll talk about that. Yeah, I think Wagner Moura is going to be the one I'm looking at as my No Guts, No Glory. And I'm going to have to think about that. But Best Picture, it could be Sinners, you know. It had a very good night at SAG, winning both cast and actor. That is not nothing, especially during Oscar voting right now. That is something. Like if Chalamet had one actor and one battle had one cast, it would just be locked up. Like there would be no way for Sinners to take picture. Chalamet would have the Oscar in the bag. Now Chalamet is on dangerous ground. He can still win the Oscar, but it's going to be tough at this point, I think. Jordan can win. I don't know. You know, I want to take the wins tonight. Guys, I got 5 out of 5 for SAG. I predicted all 5 there in the film categories, and I am just beside myself. Like, I felt so good after predicting Wunmi Musaku at BAFTA. I was like, yes, like I called it, you know, and it was something. And then here we are. I called Michael B. Jordan and Amy Madigan, and like I got 5 for 5. I can't believe it. Wow. So, in terms of the ceremony, like I don't have much to say. It was fine. It moved along at a nice pace. It was too much television for like an hour and a half. I was like, okay, come on. Can we get to the film categories? You know, Catherine O'Hara winning Best Female Actor in a Television Series Comedy was a moment. Brought me to tears. That was such a great posthumous win for Catherine O'Hara. The In Memoriam segment, I mean, that was hard to watch. So many great people we have lost in the last year. Just seeing all those names at the end. It's like Gene Hackman, Diane Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, Robert Redford, Robert Duvall. I was like, oh my God, Rob Reiner. So many wonderful people in memoriam at the Oscars once again. I mean, I'm just going to be I'm going to be a blubbery mess. I'm going to be crying during that too. Some of the comedy bits in the show didn't land well for me. I mean, I was doing a live stream, so it was hard for me to like follow everything that was happening. When it wasn't like a major film award, I was kind of like half watching the show. So, but yeah, it was good. Harrison Ford got the Lifetime Achievements. I listened to his speech. What a great career he has had. I adore Harrison Ford. And Kristen Bell did a fine job as host. It was a good show. I'd give like the final show was like a 7. Like I'd give like a 7 out of 10. It did what it needed to do. There was nothing extraordinary about the ceremony, but it was fine. It was good enough. I mean, what I take with me now is that Best Actor win for Michael B. Jordan. What a moment that was. The love for him in the room, the standing ovation, Viola Davis, like her reaction to opening the envelope, seeing his name. Like that was a moment too, just Viola Davis. Like her part in it all. That was so cool. I'm going to be watching it a lot in the days to come, because Chalamet on paper just made the most sense, in terms of his performance, and SAG really liked his movie. It's in supporting actress, it's in cast, it could have just been Chalamet. That would have been easy, right? But I was like, I'm going to go out on a limb. I am going to predict Michael B. Jordan in a No Guts, No Glory, and it happened. I am so thrilled for him. And this makes Best Actor a race over the next 2 weeks. Anything can happen at the Oscars. I am excited to find out what happens. I don't know about you. So yeah, the SAG Awards this year, the Actor Awards, it was a good ceremony, some great wins. Amy Madigan, I mean, come on. Sean Penn, Jessie Buckley, Michael B. Jordan, and the Sinners cast, winning that top prize. That was so cool. It gives a little bit of suspense in the days to come in Best Picture and especially Best Actor and Best Supporting Actress. Just frickin' wow. What a ceremony. I am still in shock. I got 5 out of 5. I mean, that never happens, guys. That never happens to me. So I'm going to take this win and just enjoy the rest of my night like I did it. I called it, and now we have the Oscars to think about, and that's going to be very fun as well. So let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the wins at SAG tonight? And I'll see you next time at the Awards Contender.